Hare Krishna, my dear Prabhus and dear Matajis. If you could hear me and see me clearly, isang like naman dyan. Ngayon ko lang nabasa yung message mo, Charles. I think hindi yata pumasok yung audio ng music natin a while ago. Pero still. Hello. Hare Krishna, Janine. Chantal, Hare Krishna. May utang ako sa yung reply. Kay Charles, hello. Mervin. Kaiser, hello, Hare Krishna. Pat, Hare Krishna. Raul, Hare Krishna. Riza. Kara, hello. And Ben. Yan. The rest will for sure log in a while. Those who missed the podcast last night, we will upload that later. And salamat sa mga umattend din last night. So, thank you for being here because sobrang importante itong topic natin. Palaging ang nasa gitna yung essence ng mga bagay sa mundo. The bee always goes to the nectar of the flower. Yung bee, kahit lagay mo sa mountains of basura, ang pupuntahan niya kung saan may bulaklak. Then pupuntahan niya dun sa bulaklak na yun is yung nectar. Pero yung fly, kahit lagay mo sa magandang garden, ang pupuntahan niya yung basura. And pupuntahan niya sa basura yung nectar ng basura. So, the practice of Krishna consciousness, ng spiritual life, is for us to become a bee. We go for the nectar. Kahit nasa mountain tayo ng basura, we go find the flower and we get the nectar. The Bhagavad Gita is the nectar of the Vedas. Kasama niya yung Srimad Bhagavatam. Pareha silang nectar ng Vedic scriptures, ng yoga philosophy. And the Bhagavad Gita, the middle 6 chapters, is the nectar. Pero yung essence ng Bhagavad Gita, nalagay sa 4 verses. Di-discuss natin yun in a while. So first, kailangan natin, hello Rizal, Hare Krishna. Yan. Kailangan natin na to always be in the right mood as we enter the realm of spiritual life. So join me as we recite the invocation mantras. Om Agyanatimirandasya Jananjana Salakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tashmai Shri Gurave Namaha Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamin Iti Namine Namaste Sarasvati Deve Gauravani Pacharine Nirvisesha Sunyavadi Paschatya Desatarine Vanchakalpataruvascha Kripa Sindhuvya Evacha Patitanam Pavanevyo Vaishnavyo Namo Namaha Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shrivashadi Gaura Bhakta Brinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So matagal-tagal na rin yung huling Bhagavad Gita class natin. That was 3 days ago. Sino nakaka-remember ng ating acronym? It was the chapter 9. Tingnan natin yung may mga notebook. Who remembers the acronym last time? Kaya mo yan, Chantal. Look through the pages. Backread. Tumuko pa yata si Raul para kumuha ng notebook niya. King. Yeah, it's Kaiser. Ako na si Kaiser. Yes, the king, because the king of knowledge is the king of knowledge, the secrets of all secrets, the purest practice. So yung king natin, letter K, is knowledge. Kasi galing kay Krishna yung knowledge na to. It is eternal. And it's the most confidential. We have the confidential, to know the body, the soul. We have the more confidential, may, oo nga, no, may soul tayo. Then may body, so may energy. Then sino yung gumawa nito? Si Krishna. And the most confidential is our relationship to Krishna. And how, hindi lang relationship na yun, and how we could deal with Him personally, intimately. Ang letter I natin sa King ay inconceivable relationship. Kasi we will not merge or hindi mawawala yung identity natin as we perfected this spiritual life. Hindi tayo mag-merge to someone or mawawala tayo. No. You will be you, maybe different names, and you will have your relationship with Krishna. We'll go back to that relationship. Kung ano yung iniwanan natin sa spiritual world. Meron tayong letter N, non-worshipper. Sila yung mga duratmas and mahatmas. Sila yung mga close-minded or stolen by material knowledge lang. Very limited yung belief nila. If you could remember yung analogy natin sa frog, they will just measure everything according dun sa meron silang water sa well. They don't know there's a vast ocean, reservoir of water na hindi mo mako-compare sa water sa well. So that's our mind, our understanding. Hindi natin basta-basta mahuhuli yung knowledge na meron sa spirituality. Unless bibigyan tayo ni Krishna ng mercy and blessing for us to understand. So may mga worshippers or they are called Mahatmas, great souls. Atma is soul. Maha is great, the great souls, because they're broad-minded. They wanted to learn. They want to learn. They practice what they've learned. So they will realize. And they have teachers para mas maintindihan nila. They would accept we have the limited capacity to understand. They have teachers to help them understand more. And letter G is the glories of Bhakti Yoga. Because sobrang importante na naintindihan natin yung glories ng Bhakti Yoga. Kasi we could always connect to Krishna dahil siya lahat may-ari nito. But we're offering Him back na may kasamang love and devotion. That's the glories of Bhagavad. Yung mga requirements, He doesn't need a lot of requirements. It could be a leaf, flower, water, or fruit, as long as my love and devotion. That's the glories of Bhakti Yoga. So, we would move on sa ating chapter 10. Sobrang importanteng verse. Sobrang importanteng chapter. Welcome sa ating 9th session, Lessons of Bhagavad Gita. Kung napapansin nyo, may Roman numeral number 1 yan. Kasi may part 2 yan. We will go deeper. Next course. Yan. Chapter 10, The Opulence of the Absolute. So, siya ang most opulent sa lahat. Siya actually may-ari na lahat. Pero we would not see that kasi we have limited eyes, limited senses. Diba? We could just see kung ano yung abot lang ng mata natin, 20/20. Sometimes, in a certain condition ng light or absence of light, di na kaya ng mata natin. So pag nahihirapan ka na magbasa, gumagano ka na. Si Risa gumagano na kanina. So, yung mata natin very limited. Diba? Yung eagle, maganda masyado yung eyes niya kahit may nasa taas siya. Kita niya kung sino yung puno na may prey siya doon. We don't have that kind of view or sight. We have the material eye. So we want to develop spiritual eye. Now we could see, we could have equal vision at the same time. We could see through the eyes of the scriptures kasi that's what Krishna is telling. So they call it sastra, chakshus. Sastra is scriptures, chakshu is the seeing that. So it was explained by Krishna, you don't actually see Krishna through the eyes. Like sa battlefield ng Kurukshetra, andun si Krishna, pero hindi lahat nakikita si Krishna as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Kasi they were not given the spiritual eye. Us, nasa paligid natin si Krishna. Nasa puso rin natin si Krishna, but we don't see it in our state now. So we have to develop that spiritual eye. Kasi in the scriptures, we see Krishna through hearing. Habang na tututunan natin yung Krishna consciousness, mas nakikita natin si Krishna. So that's why our acronym for today is C. 3-letter words lang, pero um, sobrang full pack siya ng knowledge and ng love. So ready na ba lahat? If you're ready, type C. S-E-E. Let's see. Hello, hello. Hindi ka pa nabati kanina. Yan sila. Um, siya. Hello, siya. Pascual, Mervin, KD, Hare Krishna, Janice, De Niro. Yes. Give me a sec. Yeah. So if you will read the 10th chapter, or if you're reading the Bhagavad Gita, palagi may instructions si Krishna na, listen, Arjuna. Kasi sobrang importante yung hearing sa process ng spiritual life. Sabi ni Krishna kay Arjuna, listen again. Ano ba yung mga benefits ng hearing? And more hearing. And ano ba yung topic na dapat natin naririnig? Is it just gonna be gossips? Yung mga bad news? Or puro mga speculations? Mga theories? Ano ba? So we need to hear much more, dedicate our time sa spiritual activities, hearing about Krishna or Bhagavan. Bhagavan is the Supreme Personality of God. So anong benefit nun? We will be fixed in devotional service in Bhakti Yoga. Diba? Kasi the influence of the material things is so strong, it could drive you anywhere. Just like yung journey mo with the horses, the cart, the driver, and us, the passenger. Kung saan pupunta yun if you don't have focus on the map. So we will be fixed by constantly hearing. Hindi ibig sabihin na natapos ka na sa course ng yoga, philosophy, and meditation. You will not hear. Alam mo na lahat. That's a big false ego. I know. So we're continually learning, forever student. So it enhances also the devotional service. The actions that we're doing mas nagkakaroon ng love. So you can always offer fruit, water, leaf, and leaf, leaf, fruit, water kay Krishna. Pero pag walang love and devotion, bali wala. So we are recultivating that. Mas lalabas yon kapag na-cleanse yung heart natin with the unwanted baggages. At the same time, para ma-cleanse yun, we have to do the same thing to um, do devotional service. Ano yung qualification to have this hearing? Si Krishna, sabi niya kay Arjuna, because you're my dear friend, Arjuna. And the greatest qualification is eagerness to hear. And I'm very thankful na it's been almost 20 days na magkakasama pa rin tayo. Hindi pa rin kayo nagkasawa sa boses ko. And you're hearing transcendentally the voice of and the words from of Krishna. Thank you for making me the instrument. So the eagerness to hear, the eagerness to learn, that's the greatest qualification. So quick discussion ulit dito. Diniscuss na natin to last time. From faith to prema, to love. The first thing, the first stage Shraddha, that's faith. Although, dire-diretsong faith yan. Paano mag-start tong faith na to? Through hearing. So, kailangan marinig. Yung mga spiritual topics, just like the Bhagavad Gita. Little faith in Bhagavad Gita. So, Sadhu Sangha coming together. The Sangha is the association. Sadhu is saintly. Saintly association. Don't just gather to talk about um, sports. So in Bhajana Kriya, we're doing it every day. The sadhana, we chant, we read, we do devotional service. After that, we will perform um, yung prasadam. So we would know about that. Ano result? We will have another nivritti. Anartha is unwanted baggages. So cleansing of unwanted baggages. And then we will become fixed. Ito yung sinasabi. So from Shraddha to Nishta, may hearing. Pero pagdating ng ruchi, there will be tastes. May higher taste na. We don't chant kasi kailangan, sinabi na Radhacharan, we chant kasi mas nafe-feel na natin si Krishna. Nagkaka-taste na. Then you'll have bhava, the beginning start, and meron ng prema. That's the love, ultimate, the intimate love kay Krishna. Pero lahat pa rin to may hearing. We're hearing Krishna's name, pero mas sweet na sa atin, para sa atin, His pastimes, His glories. We will learn much more. Hearing pa rin yung importante. So, letter S natin is the source of everything. Listen again, sabi ni Krishna. Ano daw yung sasabihin ni Krishna? Kaya niya sinasabi kay Arjuna na listen again. Sabi ni Krishna sa kanya, I shall speak for your benefit. Knowledge that is better than what is already explained. Kung natandaan nyo, nag-discuss si Krishna ng Karma Yoga sa first 6 chapters. Ano yung ginagawa ng mga Asana Yoga, anong ginagawa ng Karma Yoga, no? So, para hindi napuntahan ni Krishna na ni Arjuna na matagal kasi ladder nga na matagal yun. Express elevator. Ngayon, sabi ni Krishna, I will speak to you for your benefit. And Arjuna is representing the whole society for our benefit as well. Hanggang ngayon, mag-benefit tayo doon. Knowledge that is better than what is already explained. What is already explained in all scriptures, including yung mga sinabi niyo mga nauna. So, may naka-highlight dito, appreciating Krishna's position leads to surrender. In-explain ni Krishna lahat yun. In the scriptures, in the Vedas, it is explained ano yung art ng architecture, art ng medicine, ng asana, art ng mga elements, Sankhya Yoga tawag doon, Sankhya philosophy, yung mga elements, lahat ng elements, yung mga matter, lahat nandun. For what? Para mas makita natin yung greatness ni Krishna. O, ginawa niya to, in-arrange niya to, yung opulence ni Krishna. Once na-appreciate natin yung opulence ni Krishna, yung position niya as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, mas mag-lead tayo to surrender. Kasi our false ego thinking na tayo mas magaling, na kaya natin to, kaya natin yan, controlled natin to, will be out of sight. Di ba nakaka-humble pag i-realize natin out of control tayo sa nangyayari? So we're doing that, learning ano yung greatness ni Krishna. We appreciate Krishna's greatness, then we could appreciate his sweetness. You cannot go directly sa sweetness ni Krishna. We might think material lang nangyayari, no? For us to appreciate the sweetness. Like if we're in the first class of eating Vedic food and all, pwede mo apply sa lahat yon. If all the sense of taste is satisfied, yung iba kumakain, ang sequence nun, kain muna sila ng bitter. They have like bitter gourd sticks. Kain muna sila ng ganon. Salad na may bitter gourd or bitter melon. Ampalaya. So, sobrang bitter. Then they have bitter sour, may sour food, may pungent, may salty. Tapos yung pinakahuli, pagkain nila um, ng sweets na dessert, sobrang tamis. So, ganun din yung process ng knowing about Krishna. We understand His greatness, then we will appreciate much more yung sweetness niya. And He's very sweet. Lahat ng sweetness na meron nakikita mo sa paligid, galing sa Kanya. Maraming pasem about Krishna, so stick around. Then, letter E natin, the first E sa C natin. Since alam na natin siya yung source ng lahat, this is the Chatur-Sloki Gita. Chatur is 4. Yung mga nag-ashtanga yoga, they count. Ekdo 3 Chatur. Siya yung 4. Sloki is the verse. Gita is the song of Krishna. So if you have your Bhagavad Gita, please open that verses, yung assignment sa reading natin. Sobrang importante yon. You have to know that. You have to mark it. You have to read that. Kami minimemorize namin yung mga verses na yun. Kasi words ni Krishna yun. Pero habang di pa tayo pupunta in each verse, we have to explain the arrangement. Palagi may ganito sa buhay natin. It is scriptural as well. It is sambandha videya prayojana. Or just knowing the relationship and paano ma-attain yung process. Ano yung attaining process? Ano yung result? Just like when one wants to go to Manila, coming from Laguna, may destination siyang pupuntahan. Ano yung attaining process? Well, dadaan ako ng SLEX, dadaan ako ng Skyway, then mababa ako ng Osmeña, tapos diretso na ako hanggang papuntang TAF, hanggang mapunta ako City Hall, Manila. That's the attaining process. The result, you're there. Pwede mo mabili yung kailangan mong bilhin sa SM Manila. Meron pa ba SM Manila? Nung college ako, palagi lang sa SM Manila. Kasi meron doon vegetarian na restaurant. So that's Sambandha Abhideya Prayojan. In our life, palagi may ganun. May pinaplano ka, ano yung process, ano yung result. Sambandha Abhideya Prayojana. We know the relationship natin kay Krishna, sa Supreme Personality of Godhead, we're their servant. We have 5 relationships. Hindi ko lang ba natandaan niyo pa yon. Nasa first assignment natin yon sa introduction. But we want to be intimately in love with Him. The attaining process is the Bhakti Yoga. And the result is Prema, the love. So, siniksik niya ni Krishna lahat dito sa 4 chapters. 10.8, 10.9, then 10.9 sa and 10.11. The essence of Bhagavad Gita, 10.8. Aham sarvasya prabhavo mataha sarvam pravartate iti matva bhajante mam buddha bhava samanvitaha. Translation. I am the source of all spiritual and material worlds. Everything emanates from me. The wise who perfectly know this engage in my devotional service and worship me with all their hearts. This is the Krishna Tattva or the truth about Krishna. He is the source of everything, all in the material world. Hindi lang sa universe na to, sa unlimited universes, siya yung source na yun, eternally. And even yung spiritual world, sa kanya yung source na yun, sa kanya nanggaling. Everything emanates from me, sabi ni Krishna. So, knowing the greatness, knowing na si Krishna yung supreme. And as we know this, we will be engaged in devotion service kasi we would see anong purpose in life. Worship me with all their hearts. They don't worship and then don't serve Krishna out of um, routine, out of duty lang, no? With all their hearts, with love. Try mong mag-serve dun sa asawa mo, magluto ka lang, or trabaho ka lang, bigay mo lang yung pera without love. Ba't ang cold? So, kailangan may love. So, a wise person who knows this, engage in devotional service and worship Krishna with all their hearts, love. So, this is the difference. Maraming pwedeng magtingin ng Bhagavad Gita sa yoga teacher's training course. I would also observe, not all, but I would observe they would run through Bhagavad Gita just seeing Bhagavad Gita as a normal thing. They don't dive deeper. First of all, they don't understand the Bhagavad Gita or the Bhagavad Gita na hawak nila is just made of, ginawa lang ng isang author. Napaikot-ikot lang. Pag binasa mo, ano ba itong nagkasabi na ito? Diba? Doesn't make really any sense. Flowery words lang siya. You cannot blame the author kasi hindi naman niya intindihan and wala rin siyang teacher. And to think, sobrang daming translation ng Bhagavad Gita. That's why naging Bhagavad Gita as it is to when Srila Prabhupada translated. Kasi Krishna wants his words to be passed down as it is. Hindi kinaluan ng kung ano-ano, binago ng ano-ano ng ibang mga tao. Anong evidence na nangyari, bakit effective siya? Ang dami naging devotee. Naintindihan yung Bhagavad Gita, naging devoted kay Krishna. So a learned scholar could also study Bhagavad Gita. I would always speak to others, philosophers, scholars, may PhD pa sila. Pero they will just see this or will not understand it really. Sayang. Diba? They will dwell sa mga ibang philosophy na ganun na kababaw, not seeing yung deeper meaning. Pero if one studies Bhagavad Gita, even di siya scholarly, minsan kahit di nga niya naiintindihan yung English eh. Pero with love yung ginagawa niya, mas magigets niya kaysa dun sa matalino lang na walang love. This Bhagavad Gita is not an ordinary pen and ink. Hindi siya basta matter lang because it is Krishna himself. Incarnation siya ni Krishna. Whatever yung papagdaanan mo sa buhay, happiness or distress, try. For me personally, lagi nangyayari yon. Try to open any page sa Bhagavad Gita or just read kung ano yung binabasa mo sequentially. You will see. You will feel Krishna's talking to you. Laging related. Kung ano yung kailangan mo, bibigay niya. Mababasa mo doon. So knowing this, one worship Krishna with love. Krishna's position is established. 10.9. Machita matgata prana bodhyayanta parasparam kathayantas chamam nityam tushyanti cha ramanti cha. The thoughts of my pure devotees dwell in me. Their lives are fully devoted to my service, and they derive great satisfaction and bliss from always enlightening one another and conversing about me. So we are in the attaining process. Paano mapupuntahan yung stage ng pure devotee, yung pure love kay Krishna? He mentioned already paano, ano yung ginagawa ng mga pure devotees. Yung lives nila fully devoted kay Krishna doesn't mean na kailangan mag-monk. Si Arjuna kailangan niya maging soldier. So, paano masabi yon? Devotion. Kaya devoted, may devotion. Kahit ginagawa, kaya soldier si Arjuna, may devotion siya kay Krishna. Full devotion. And ano yung way para masabi mo may devotion, may love, is through service. Devotional service. Back to yoga. Ano yung nararamdaman ng isang pure devotee while doing that? They feel full and great satisfaction and bliss. If you could remember the first part, merong swadharma and dharma. You're using your material duties, responsibilities in service. Same. Umpisa pa lang, in-explain na nga kay ni Krishna kaya sa ano yun eh, summary ng Bhagavad Gita yun. So pero, it was arranged for it to be expanded so we could understand more. Great satisfaction and bliss. Sobrang satisfied palagi yung mga devotees. Kaya masaya ang devotees. Diba? Ang hirap naman mag-practice na makikita mo yung mga tao malungkot dun sa practice nila. Parang, gusto ko ba maging ganon? So we want, kaya nga chant and be happy. Krishna wants us to be happy. Because that's the nature of the soul. Eternally knowledgeable and blissful. Originally blissful sila. Ang mga soul. Nako-cover lang ng body. So we want for that bliss to come out again. Paano? Is by serving kay Krishna. And kapag they're sharing Krishna consciousness to others, conversing about Krishna. Krishna is always saying he's not in his Vaikunta, spiritual world, he is not in the hearts of the yogis or yung mga nag-austerity, nag-fasting lang, pinaparusahan yung sarili nila on all. Sabi ni Krishna, he's not in their hearts. Si Krishna, nandun siya sa mga places kung saan yung devotees are talking about His name, His glories, His fame. Nandun siya. Kasama siya. Krishna is non-different sa name niya and sa books niya. At the same time, pupunta talaga siya doon. So, nakalagin siya rito. Sabi ni Krishna yun eh. And ano yung nangyayari pag may ganong devotees? The thoughts of my pure devotees dwells in me. Dwell in me. Laging na kay Krishna yung mga devotees niyan. Sabi nga, if you open the hearts of pure devotees, kung nakita niyo si Hanuman, malagi siyang may statue or picture na ka-open yung heart niya, ando si Lord Ram, incarnation ni Krishna. Yung pure devotees sa heart nila palagi si Krishna, sa mind nila palagi si Krishna. Lagi lang iniisip, Krishna conscious sila. Pero pag binuksan mo rin yung heart ni Krishna, andun yung mga pure devotees niya. Pag tinanong mo ano iniisip niya palagi yung mga pure devotees niya. The thoughts of my pure devotees dwell in me. Lagi niyang iniisip. Ganun ka-close. May reciprocation love. Ang sweet, di ba? This is the attaining process. So may preliminary stage ng Bhakti Yoga. So ang preliminary stage ng Bhakti Yoga is this. Shraddha to Nishtha. The first half. We're doing it. Then yung mature stage is yung may ruchi to prema. Still, both are Bhakti Yoga. Pero we're working on that. It's an express elevator, but we have to do our sadhana. So, it will be selfless. Love talaga. Puntahan na natin tong favorite kong verse. From a lot of lectures na I gave, madalas kong, ito yung topic. 10.10, you have to read this. Kung di nyo pa nababasa, you have to read this, paulit-ulitin mo. Tesham satatayuktanam Vajatam pritipurvakam tadami buddhiyogam tam yenamam upayanti te. Translation: To those who are constantly devoted to serving me with love, I give them the understanding by which they can come to me. There's this story in Sri Rangam. It's a very famous temple in India, thousands of years till now. May isang devotee doon ni Krishna, no read no write siya, illiterate. Pero sabi nung guru niya, I want you to every day read Bhagavad Gita and study them. And we know, as a student, the words of the guru is our life and soul. Kasi their purpose is to bring us closer to Krishna. So this Brahmana, this devotee, did this. No read, no write, pero kailangan niyang gawin. So habang nagbabasa siya, araw-araw dun sa Srirangam Temple, sa paligid ng temple na yon, yung mga ibang sadhus doon, so consented persons, tinatawanan siya kasi minsan baliktad yung libro niya, tapos hindi niya masabi, hindi nga niya mabasa, halos nag-iimbento lang siya ng mga words. Pero araw-araw niya ginagawa yan for years and years. And alam na sa buong places, hindi lang sa Srirangam, sa halos lahat ng places, na may isang Brahmana doon na pipilit magbasa araw-araw. That was 500 years ago. And also that time, si Krishna bumaba as Lord Chaitanya, the most merciful incarnation. He incarnated as a devotee of Krishna. He's telling kung paano maging devotee. He's giving example. He is also the one who propagated the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. This yuga, this is the Mahamantra. Nasa scriptures naman lahat yun, pero siya yung humugot, nag-highlight. Ito yung sabi. So narinig niya yung balita na to. So pumunta siya dun sa South India, sa Sri Rangam. And he wanted to meet this illiterate devotee na araw-araw binabasa yung Bhagavad Gita. Then nakita niya yung Brahman na to, sabi niya, My dear Brahmana, how come na hindi ka marunong magbasa, magsulat? Pero araw-araw mong binabasa, pinipilit basahin yung Bhagavad Gita. And the Brahmana is so humble, and he was just saying, I'm so unfortunate because di ako marunong magbasa sa magsulat. Pero I am fortunate kasi I receive an instruction sa galing sa guru ko. And that's the etiquette. We want instructions from our spiritual teachers, not just glorification or appreciation. The role of the guru is to check us kung anong dapat gawin, give feedback. Minsan masakit kasi kailangan natin mag-gawin, and give us instructions kung paano improve yung life natin. Because they are the light where we are always in darkness. Diba? They're in the line of gurus and teachers. So sabi niya, fortunate siya kasi naka-receive siya ng instructions. Pero syempre, parang yung tao, mga tao nagkataka, parang hindi nagko-connect yung instructions saka yung meron ka. Tapos, sabi ni Lord Chaitanya, nabalitaan ko, tuwing binabasa mo raw yan, palaging kang umiiyak. And tumatawa yung mga tao kasi, paano mo daw ba't ka umiiyak, hindi mo naman naiintindihan. Sabi nung Brahmana, sino ba yung may Bhagavad Gita? Patingin ng cover ng Bhagavad Gita mo, Kaiser. Pakita mo sa camera. Pakita mo sa kanila. Yan, sige, i-highlight natin si Kaiser. So, look at the Bhagavad Gita ni Kaiser. Tingnan mo yung picture doon. Diba? Sa front page. Pakita mo yung harap yan. Closer. Yes, yes. So, that is the cover ng Bhagavad Gita. Thank you, Kaiser. Sabi ni Brahmana, yung literate Brahmana, kaya siya umiiyak. Kasi nakikita pa lang niya yung picture ni Krishna sa ni Arjuna. sa Bhagavad Gita. Naiiyak na siya. Alam niya kung paano yung love ni Krishna sa devotees niya. Paano yung love na yon? Yung mga chariot driver, saka yung nakasakay sa chariot, yung mga pumapana. Wala naman sila manibela eh. Tapos nasa war sila doon, maingay. Nagkapatayan, may clashing ng swords. Diba? Yung tuwang nung bow and arrow, may elephants. Tapos may mga tumutugtog talaga doon, may nag-drums talaga doon, nag-trumpet. Tapos bawal mo sila patayin na. So, role talaga nila yon. Diba? May conchel, sumisigaw yung mga tao. So, hindi sila magkakaintindihan yung passenger sa yung driver, yung chariot driver. Pero, namamanipulate ng driver kung saan pupunta based sa gusto ng passenger kasi in a war sila, di ba? Paano? Sinisipan nung passenger yung driver. Ginagawa niyang parang pedal. O left tayo, right tayo, diretso. So imagine, sinisipa mo si Krishna, na Supreme Personality of Godhead sa likod, habang nasa war kayo. Eh, ang gusto nga natin mag-bow down, di ba? Kunin yung dust sa lotus feet niya. Sa lahat ng culture, palaging ganun. Hinawakan yung paan ni Jesus Christ, punta sa holy places. Diba? Nag-bow down yung mga Muslim. Lahat going the dust. Nalagay sa head natin. So, in the form of humility and surrender. So, umiiyak yung Brahman na to. Lagi niya naiisip yun. Ganun ka-love ni Krishna yung mga devotees niya, mga pure devotees niya. He's willing to serve them. Tapos iyak siya ng iyak. Tapos niyakap siya ng maigpit ni Lord Chaitanya. My dear Brahmana, you cannot read, you cannot write. Pero ikaw yung may nakakaintindi ng Bhagavad Gita. Sabi sa verse na to, with love and devotion, if one is constantly serving Him with love, si Krishna mismo magbibigay ng understanding kung paano siya ma-attain. We may be scholar, top 1, top 2. Bakit hindi sila nagbabasa ng Bhagavad Gita? Bakit hindi naiintindihan? Hindi kasi nasusukat sa intelligence, sa material intelligence. Yung spiritual life. Kailangan mo ng spiritual intelligence. Sa material intelligence, know what? You can compute faster kahit walang calculator. Alam mo yung history. Alam ba, sukatan ng mga, diba? Alam mo yung mga laws, kabisado yung mga laws para maging matalino ka as a lawyer. Diba? Kaya mo kagad malaman yung critical condition ng isang tao para malaman mo yung sakit niya tapos alam mo yung gagamutin. Or may skill ka pag opera, ayun ba yung matalino? No, sabi ni Krishna, even to the extreme, hindi mo na babasa. Pero you know, kung paano yung love ni Krishna, gano'n siya ka-sweet. Mas greater pa sila doon sa nakakabasa talaga. Si Krishna kasi magbibigay ng understanding. Kahit matalino ka, pag bibigay ni Krishna understanding na if one is proud at entering the spiritual life na. So the mood is humility. That is the key to Krishna consciousness. He could give you his understanding. So yung Brahman na to, naiintindihan niya. Kasi si Krishna, the highest form of love ni Krishna is, hindi niyo maririnig sa iba din to, the highest form ng love para kay Krishna is, sobrang huli mo na siya. You could capture Krishna. And He will serve you as well. Just like Arjuna and Krishna. Ganun yung love. Ganun yung intimate love. Diba sa 5 relationship, may friendly relationship, may as a parent, anak ka niya or anak mo siya. Diba? As a servant, over in reverence, ayun yung kadalasan sa paligid, over in reverence. Pero yung intimate relationship is very different. As conjugal lover, may familiarity ng ganun. Si Krishna ganun yung gusto niyang relationship sa mga sa atin. Pero hindi niya basta-basta binibigay. Eh, hindi mo basta-basta makukuha. Pero kailangan lang, very simple. Sinabi niya kung paano, love. And one could conquer Krishna. Of course, di mo masasabi na kinonquer mo si Krishna, gagamitin mo siya sa masama. No. Out of love. Ganun yung relationship. So we appreciate Krishna's greatness so we could see really his sweetness. And sabi niya sa 10.11, Tesham evanukam partam aham agyana jam tamaha nasadyami nasayami atma bavasto kyana dipina bashvataha. To show them special mercy, I, dwelling in their hearts, destroy with the shining lamp of knowledge the darkness born of ignorance. So lahat ng unwanted baggages, lahat ng wrong thinking, impersonalist thinking, um, automatic tanggal kagad siya. Just like here in Braj, malayo kami sa light pollution. Kahit di pa full moon, sobrang liwanag paggabi. Na kung gaano siya kaliwanag, may anino. Pag naglalakad ka, may anino ka. Tapos nakikita mo yung paligid. Kasi sobrang liwanag ng buwan. Same thing with darkness. Magsindi ka lang ng one candle, makikita mo na yung paligid. So we're living in that life of darkness. We don't know. We've been chasing a lot of things for the rest of our whole life. Pero kaya magbigay ni Krishna ng light na yon. Paano? Anong ginagamit niyang instrument? Sino? Yung mga devotees niya rin. To share Krishna to others. You could also be that. Yung iba sa inyo, ginawa na kagad yun, sharing Krishna to others. It may not be instantly makikita mo yung effect. Kaya tinawag na spiritual time bombs yung mga books. Sometimes, I've heard a lot of stories. I met people, years, decades, 20 years, 30 years, bago yung libro na yun mapunta sa right person in the right time, at the right time. Or may instant. So, siya pa rin nagkatanggal nun automatically. Paano? Love and devotion. Ito yung special mercy niya. Ayun yung result. So, a person who have this relationship kay Krishna with love, baliwala sa kanya isipin yung powers, lumutang, di ba? Mystic powers, mabasa yung mind ng tao. No, napakababaw para sa kanila nun. Pag meron ka ng sobrang greatest gift, which is love, relationship kay Krishna, baliwala yung mga petty things na yon. Maging hari, maging presidente. You have this love kay Krishna. And that's very intimate. So, diniscuss din ni Krishna in the later chapter na you could see him everywhere. Diniscuss natin to previously, siya yung taste ng water, siya yung intelligence. Diba? Kaya niya ibigay kasi siya yung intelligence, siya yung power, kaya niya rin ibigay yun. At the same time, binigay niya pa yung deeper, much more detailed. Krishna is so unlimited. Binalik niya dun sa topic na greatness. Na hindi mo basta-basta makikita basta-basta yung greatness niya. Very limited. Sabi nga rito, i-forward ko sa inyo to para makita nyo. Nasa verses din to. Mas ano lang natin, in details. Nilist down lang natin. Yan. Even demigods, siya yung greatest. Sa mga humans, sa yung mga Pandavas, sa animals. Kumbaga lahat ng greatest sa lahat ng qualities, lahat ng creation, siya. Bumabalik dun sa greatness. In the nature, siya yung lightning star, ay radiant sun, the star, siya yung moon. Diba? So yung nakikita natin sa sky, according sa cosmology, yung mga stars na yon, different moons yon. Isa lang yung sun sa universe na to. Nasa scripture sa. Kung if you want other sun, sa ibang universe siya. So you could see that sa fifth canto ng Srimad Bhagavatam. I will forward to you this so you could see in details. Binalik niya, you could see Krishna everywhere. It's a greatness. Naka-sandwich. So that's our we see Krishna through hearing. So nanggagaling hearing na yon? In the authentic book and coming from the person in the guru and disciple relationship. and those who practice Krishna consciousness. So that's the full benefit, how we could see Krishna through hearing. Sabi nga, we drink the nectar through our ears in the conversations, spiritual conversations, kasi nandun si Krishna. In-explain ni Krishna siya yung source of everything, spiritual, saka material world, siya yun. And in the essence of Bhagavad Gita, we have four. In-explain yung first, source of everything. Then yung pangalawa, paano maging pure devotee. And if one is a pure devotee, laging iniisip ni Krishna yun. Laging nasa puso, saka nasa isip niya. The thoughts of my devotees always dwells in me. Ano yung ginagawa nun? They love and serve Krishna with all their hearts. And if one is doing that, doing so, Krishna could always give the understanding. Paano mo siya magkakaroon ng relationship? Paano mo siya makakalapit lalo sa kanya? How to go to Krishna's abode. How he could come to Krishna. Si Krishna rin magbibigay ng blessing na yon. We cannot compete. Out of love din natin sa kanya, and love niya sa atin, doon natin maintindihan. Bhagavad Gita is not just we practice hard, we work hard, no? Kailangan may love. And ano yung result? Easily, all the unwanted baggages, all the darkness in us, easily be gone. Kasi we could see, we have Krishna. He's the light. So, love and light, pero that's impersonal. So, sobrang importante na si Krishna. Effect lang ni Krishna yung light na yun. And Krishna is everywhere. You can always see him everywhere. He mentioned that. Hindi lang see, you could hear him everywhere. You could remember him from everywhere. So we appreciate Krishna's greatness. So we could always appreciate Krishna's sweetness. And as we go deeper, try to read the Krishna book. Knowing this, mas ma-appreciate mo yung Krishna book. Yung Krishna book is actually the 10th canto sa Srimad Bhagavatam, a full encyclopedia of scriptures. The first 9th canto is Krishna's greatness. Then 10th canto is his pastime, his sweetness. Although, you could extract that and read that through Krishna book. You will appreciate much more yung relationship. If you want to see, may mga classes din tayo regarding Krishna's pastimes. May mga recorded tayo dun sa YouTube. Just scroll ka lang ng onte. So maraming salamat. Picture muna tayo, everyone, before may assignment ba? Ay, may movie review. May bagong film. I'll send you the link. Yes. I'll send you the link sa group chat para sa movie review natin. Maganda to, favorite ko to. Sa Vimeo, hindi siya naka-upload sa YouTube. Sa may Vimeo account ko yun, I will send you the link, saka password. Huwag niyo gagamitan sa pagbili ng ibang movies yun, ha. I trust you. Mamaya pagtingin ko dun sa account, ang dami niyo na pinanood, ang dami niyo na ginamit. Okay, picture mo tayo, everyone. Yes. Hello. Ano tayo mga working ladies na tumatakas sa kanilang mga work. May Krishna protect you and di kayo mahuli palagi. Yeah, picture tayo, everyone. Yeah, count of 3. Saglit lang. Kailangan ko palang full screen. Count of 3 and 1, 2, smile. One more. Wonderful. Maraming salamat. Gusto ko daming post si Mervin. Inaubos ang post. Bago natin basahin yung mga realizations and questions sa chat box natin. Please be safe. It's a Monday. Doesn't mean na tatamaran tayo sa mga work natin. Every day, kailangan kasama si Krishna. Kailangan self-motivated tayo. So we have Krishna within us and everywhere. And we have a lot of work to do sa atin sarili. Sadhana, we have to do it. Please chant your rounds. Please read. Please do devotional service. Even without speaking, minsan actions. Mas madalas actions. And be healthy. We know, moving forward into loving Krishna. There's patience na kailangan. Pero as we um, move forward together sa spiritual life, sama-sama tayo, we will relish yung love ni Krishna. So see you again tomorrow morning. Hare Krishna. Be safe. Hare Krishna, Chantal, Riza, Hare Krishna, Rahul, Hare Krishna, Mervin, si Janice, Fran, Janine, si Janice, saka si Janine yan. Si Pat, Kaiser, Strauss, Hare Krishna, Pascual, Ben, KD, Kara, si Nikita, Deniro, Hare Krishna, Raul, Hare Krishna, David, Hare Krishna, Rizal, Hare Krishna, hello kay Ozaya, sa Isay, Sha, Mataji, Hare Krishna. I'll post ulit kung kailan yung schedule ko to go to Manila. Soon. Ang dami kasing kailangan lakaran nun. So, I have may madalas nag-aalat naman akong time to meet some students there. I'll let you know or let me know. Yan. Maraming salamat. So, I'll read some of the realizations or questions. Galing kay Patricia. Nakakaiyak. Mas lalo ko na-appreciate ng creator natin. Yes. We could appreciate if we know His greatness and His sweetness. And gratefulness is one characteristic that we want to develop. Just being grateful is a big step. What more pa? Being grateful kay Krishna. We will value actually this human form of life. This life with that gratefulness. Totoo nakakayak. As we move forward, getting to know Krishna, all emotions are there. Parang may fireworks sa puso natin na sumasabog. Kakaiba, hindi mo maintindihan. Ecstatic talaga, blissful talaga. Yeah, picture nga, Pat, kung naiyak ka. Tingin nga. Yeah. Pantay na yung picture mo O kaya open mo camera, may luha. Sabi ni Raul, meron ba tayong available book about Vedic cosmology? I'm interested to read and learn about it. Meron na pala akong Wi-Fi. Message nyo ako, paalala nyo sa akin. Ino-note ko sa akin, upload ko, meron akong video ng video cosmology, Vedic cosmology. Meron mga excerpt na yon sa internet. Sabi na sa boyfriend ko. Sa internet, pero hindi kompleto. Paano kaya yung sulat? Ayun. Nalagyan ko na reminder. Para I will upload it. Then you can watch that video, Vedic cosmology. So, ulit ako mag-work. Dati sa reminder ako sa phone naglalagay. So, ngayon, kasi lang hindi ko naman tinitingnan yung reminder sa aking task ko. So, nalagay ko siya sa sticky note. Tapos hinaharang ko sa screen. Para kailangan ko siya gawin kasi nakaharang siya. Para makapag-serve ako lahat. I-upload ko yun, Raul, and I'll send the link sa group. Sobrang ganda, Vedic cosmology, we will understand. Inaaral pa lang ng mga tao yung creation ngayon na matagal na nakasulat sa scriptures. Creation, the whole cosmology. Yan. So, Raul, thank you very much for that. Riza, did Krishna created us? And if yes, did Krishna create us for the purpose of loving Him? Krishna, we are coming from Krishna as well. He's spiritual and material world energy galing sa Kanya. Hindi lang loving Him, yung isang purpose ni Krishna, ba't tayo nandito? Reciprocal love for Krishna to love us as well. Hindi lang normal na love na meron sa material world. It's spiritual, eternal love or prema bhakti. Meron tayong ganun kay Krishna, natabunan lang, gigisingin lang natin lalo. Ang dami lang nating mga unwanted baggages. Hindi lang 30 years of life ngayon, previous lives, uncountable. Diba? Kailangan natin tanggalan na yun. But easily, we could remove that by the process of Bhakti Yoga. He mentioned that to Arjuna mismo. So yes, for Krishna to love us as well, two-way. And sobrang love niya yung mga devotees. Sabi nga niya, the thoughts of His pure devotees always dwells in Him. Nahiya ako, pa-picture sana dapat talaga. Di ba? Seryoso naiyak ako kasi na-realize ko kahit nga hindi pa ako fully committed sa kanya before, never ako pinabayaan and appreciate ko more love yung and blessing. Yes, of course, of course. Now, habang we're getting to know him, we could realize, oh nga no, kaya ang dami kong pinagdaanan, ang daming arrangement, tapos ito yung ending gusto mangyari ni Krishna. Parang pag may movie, ang daming building up na nangyayari. And all throughout our lives, nabibuild up na ni Krishna with all our experiences, heartaches, happiness, distress. Diba? Para lang, ito yung ending palang pupuntahan ko. Mas ready tayong puntahan and maging close kay Krishna. And sinet up niya yun. At the same time, we still have the free will to move forward closer to Krishna or still turn our backs to Krishna. Kasi love is not based on force. Siya yung all-powerful, pwede kang i-force. Dapat automatic love na ako ni Riza o love na ako ni Raul. No. Hindi mo pwedeng pilitin yung isang tao to love. Kahit mag-I love you, mag-I love you ka naman sa akin. Love is voluntary. Kaya may free will tayo. Never niya ginalaw yung free will natin. Ayun palagi na misuse natin. So kaya tayo may Bhagavad Gita, may guide, may spiritual teacher for us to always choose what is right. Kasi love is not by force. It is voluntary. So sobrang sobrang ganda ng realization mo, Pat. Thank you very much. Really appreciate that. Naku, Pat, what more pag binasa mo yung Srimad Bhagavatam? Yes. Srimad Bhagavatam. After this class, I'm encouraging everyone to have a set of Srimad Bhagavatam and read that. We would understand much more kung ano yung inaral natin sa school or sa buong buhay natin. You will read that, you will understand much more sa Bhagavad Gita sa Srimad Bhagavatam sets. Si siya from batch 1, meron siya nun, Srimad Bhagavatam. It's a full set. A lot of things are there. Ang daming iyakan moment doon. Daming story ni Krishna. So yan, si Pat. Naku, baka lalo ako umiyak. Emotional pa naman ako. Yes. That's our goal, to cry for Krishna. The mood in chanting should be crying out for Krishna. Na ang tagal-tagal ko nang wala dito, Krishna. Tagal-tagal ko na malayo. I want to go back. I want to be closer again. What is the purpose of life even? There's our mood kay Krishna. Not just crying na ang drama lang natin, no? Call out from the heart. Yung genuine love na yun. Yung genuine longing. That's the highest form of love actually. Love in separation. Kapag di mo kasama yung isang tao na mahal mo, mas sobrang longing ka. What more pa kay Krishna lalo? The love in separation. Mas longing kay Krishna. And the intensity of love really grows. It is called Vipralamba, the love in separation. We must be in that mood and longing. So spiritual life is a lot of luha, out of happiness and distress, and out of love, of course. Mamaya nagka-chant ka sa labas ng bahay, mas iyak ka ng iyak doon, no, sa bangko. So, hindi mo naman kailangan gawin. Habang nakapila ka sa bangko, magka-chant nga ako, tapos umiiyak ka na doon. So, syempre, hindi naman, hindi mo naman pwedeng gawin basta-basta yun. Yeah. Saka hindi natin pwede i-fake yung ganun love, saka yung ganun emotion. Natural siya lalabas. Sa pag nangyari yun, nire-relish mo lang siya, hindi mo siya i-record. Nasa ganung moment ka, nire-relish mo yung relationship sa love kay Krishna. Hindi mo rin siya kailangang i-post. Those who are experiencing this, they don't expose it publicly. Unlike yung mga yogis na nakakagawa ng onting superpowers, papakita nila sa TV. Diba? Oh, pwedeng totoo yun. Pero they're called fall down. Kasi byproduct lang sa practice nila, nagkaroon sila ng superpowers, tapos show off nila. Just for what? Ego, people to worship them, no? Even in spiritual life, in Bhakti Yoga, the love for Krishna, you will not show it physical na umiiyak ka, diba? You're trembling out of love, no? You can show you that love by sharing Krishna to others. Kasi if you have something really like a good news, you want to share it to others. Like may gift ka, gusto mong balita. And that's the greatest news ever, the love for Krishna. And you have to share it to Krishna. Share Krishna to others. In a systematic way. Yan, hindi yung parang, dapat love mo rin si Krishna, no? You have to be friends with others, help them with their trials in life, how slowly or and gently they could realize it na yung relationship with Krishna. So, very artfully siya na-represent. Especially dapat may action. Nakaka-touch, yes. Sobrang nakaka-touch talaga. So, thank you very much. I would not hold you for long. Please, 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 I'm begging. As a monk, I'm a beggar. I don't own anything. But I'm a beggar, and I will beg for some charity from you to always chant your rounds. As a teacher, I have the right to beg, to chant your rounds, read the books, and be Krishna conscious palagi. So maraming salamat. Have an awesome Krishna conscious day. I will keep you posted for more spontaneous Zoom calls and meetings. If the Zoom, if my meeting will end earlier today, meron ako 6 o'clock. Pag natapos yun, we could have another session 7 p.m. Pero I will let you know. Yan, true, nakaka-humble talaga. Life is a humbling experience. Especially spiritual life. Maraming salamat. Hare Krishna. Chant and be happy. Bye-bye. High five.